We all know that SpaceX successfully achieved many accomplishments in a very short period of time. This is such great news for the rocket manufacturing industry. Let us take a look at how SpaceX completely humiliated the rocket manufacturing industry. If you are new here, we warmly welcome you. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. NASA has been keeping a close eye on Starship's progress, especially since the US Space Agency earlier this year awarded SpaceX a contentious $2.9 billion contract to send astronauts to the moon's surface using the rockets. NASA's chief official for the science missions, Thomas Zurbuchen, told CNBC that he is keeping an eye on Starship's development. On February 6, 2018, SpaceX made history by launching the Falcon Heavy, which is, according to the SpaceX's website, the most powerful operational rocket in the world by a factor of 2. As if that wasn't stunning enough, CEO Elon Musk tweeted that the Falcon was carrying a cherry red Tesla Roadster for the rocket's third and final burn. While the launch is a technical and aesthetic achievement in and of itself, SpaceX has already accomplished a business feat. That's because the Hawthorne, California-based business has substantially cut the costs of launching rockets, and as a result, emerged as an industry frontrunner, albeit it does face fierce competition from Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, which has similar goals of revolutionizing space travel. Although SpaceX is a private corporation with no public market capitalization, the Wall Street Journal valued the company at $30.5 billion at the time of publication. The Wall Street Journal reported on December 18, 2018, that SpaceX is soliciting $500 million to fund a huge satellite internet project called Starlink. The corporation intends to build 4,425 broadband satellites into low Earth orbit in 2019, followed by another 7,518 satellites at a later date. Starlink, a moniker of SpaceX's trademarked last year, may provide broadband speeds comparable to fiber optic networks. And if is a big if. In March, the FCC approved SpaceX's application for the service, making it the first time the federal agency has authorized the business to provide broadband services using low-orbit satellites. This makes SpaceX a kind of guinea pig, but the risk appears to be worth it for Tesla CEO Elon Musk. SpaceX's market capitalization might reach more than $50 billion. SpaceX announced a $57 million launchpad price for Falcon 9, a two-stage rocket designed and produced by the corporation to deliver satellites, in 2012. At the time, Arianespace, a French corporation with more than 3-decade lead over SpaceX, dominated the market for rocket launches. Meanwhile, SpaceX has launched more than 40 Falcon 9 flights into Earth orbit. The rocket made history in 2012 when it became the first commercially launched vehicle to successfully launch a resupply mission to the International Space Station, and it has since gained reusability. This is another step towards SpaceX's objective of delivering humans into orbit from American soil, which hasn't appeared since the Space Shuttle's last voyage in 2011. But, for the time being, it isn't simply about NASA missions. The US Air Force, national security missions, and commercial satellite launches are among the clients listed in SpaceX's launch manifest. Overall, SpaceX is establishing itself as a dominant force as we enter the new era of commercial spaceflight. SpaceX obtained a 20-year lease to utilize NASA's Launchpad 39A in April 2014, the same launchpad from which every Apollo mission, save Apollo 10, and a slew of space shuttle missions launched. SpaceX had to modify the launch pad to accommodate the Falcon 9 flight. It upgraded the sound-cancelling deluge system, which employs water to shield the rocket from its own acoustic energy at the moment of launch. It also improved the liquid oxygen storage system, which is used to fill the rocket's tanks before launch, as well as electronic components, power, and plumbing lines. Elon Musk has compared every single rocket to single-use planes. If an airline had to trash a Boeing 747 after every journey, flying would become prohibitively expensive for the average traveler. Airplanes, on the other hand, are not single-use. They are refueled for another journey. If a rocket can be refueled in the same way that an airplane can, the tremendous expense of spaceflight may be reduced to a fraction of what it currently is. Today, SpaceX reports that a Falcon 9 launch costs around $62 million. whereas the new Falcon Heavy costs around $90 million per launch. Elon Musk stated in an interview that the Falcon 9's first stage accounts for 75% of overall launch cost, or $46.5 million. Because SpaceX is a private corporation, it has not revealed its price strategy. It has also avoided filing for patents, since they could divulge proprietary information about its technologies. Musk, on the other hand, suggested in an interview about how the space industry has achieved cost-effective launches. According to him, the company used a Silicon Valley operating system and DNA as applied to the challenge of space transit. This entails rejecting commonly accepted business maxims, such as outsourcing, which is prominent in the space industry. SpaceX, on the other hand, is vertically integrated and has created its whole supply chain from the ground up, from rocket engines to the electronic components used in its rockets. SpaceX has developed in-processes and technology as a result of this process. For example, in the company's factory, the production floor and engineers are located right next to each other for faster turnaround and better communication. Similarly, its two-stage rockets have only one set of propellant-filled fuel tanks that will be used across both stages. Previously, most rockets used 3 sets of propellants for the same number of stages. It is reasonable to assume that the decrease in the cost of certain components, such as sensors and electronics, has also assisted the corporation in lowering pricing. According to Ariane Space, a partially reusable rocket would need to be relaunched 35 to 40 times each year to reap the full cost benefits. The French business plans to launch its first reusable rocket in 2020, with the rocket being reused 12 times every year. Musk's ultimate goal is to take humans to Mars. With the Falcon Heavy's successful launch, he is one step closer to delivering humanity to its next great leap. Or at the very least, flinging very expensive vehicles into space. We are aware that SpaceX never fails to amaze us. We expect much more exciting news in the future. So guys, that was it for today. If you've liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss out on a space niche update. Thank you so much for watching. We wish you a great day ahead.